Welcome to a commonwealth of opinions. We're two ex-co-workers now who like to talk, and we realized that maybe we should record some of this shit. So over the next maybe 30 minutes or more, we're just gonna talk and probably go off on a bunch of tangents and end on nothing we started with. So we hope you enjoy this. I'm Runako,
I'm Jonathan.
who's been caught by surprise by the intro again. Jonathan, how are you?
I'm great. Professional as ever. How about you?
I am trying to figure out why you're still surprised that I expect you to say a name on this.
Because I don't know where you're going with the intro. So
He's quick on the take. He's quick on the take, guys. He's quick on the take. So what's new, Jonathan?
Yeah, I put my bag out yesterday.
Welcome to Geriatric Talk. We're live with Gertrude and what's that old man name? Quick on the take.
Wilbur.
Fred.
Frederick.
Spencer, how did you throw your back out?
I don't know. It's a mystery. I was just sitting down, and then a few minutes later, I couldn't move.
Are you dying? What the fuck?
I don't know. I was in incredible pain for most of the day, and then when I got home, I sort of just took it easy, and then it was fine after about 30 minutes or so. I don't know.
I love how blasé.
Yeah.
I love how blasé this whole thing is. So I was sitting and then I couldn't move. And it's just your life now.
Yeah. Well, I am getting on a bit, so maybe this is just what happens. I don't know, maybe it was like a pinched nerve or something. I don't know.
Were you getting your leg over? Is this like a constructed story?
No.
I should probably explain, because that's not even like a natural phrase, I would say. Jonathan has started me saying, get your leg over for boning.
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 Right, okay.
Or copulation.
Copulation, there you go.
Doing the no pants dance.
The act of coitus.
Scissoring the... Okay.
That what?
I was going to say scissoring the box, but it was starting to get a little graphic. So I cut myself short. What's the most interesting thing that you've heard this week?
Interesting.
Yeah, most interesting thing you've seen or heard this week.
Is it about the Japanese minister in charge of cybersecurity who has never used a computer in his life?
It was not a quiz, actually. I was just.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not Jeopardy. The answers must all take the forms of question.
Yeah,
what's your name? Is it
Jonathan?
Is it Jonathan? That's the most interesting thing you've heard all week?
Probably not, no. But I hear quite a lot of interesting things, so it's difficult to sift through them all.
I feel like that's a lie. But you just have heard nothing interesting.
I also found out that World War One.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty bad affair. That, by all accounts.
Really, as opposed to the common thread where.
Yeah, I didn't really find that. I actually already knew that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was quite nasty that.
Why are we talking about World War One?
So you asked me what the most interesting thing was that I heard this week.
Have you really been thinking about World War One this week, or were you playing Call of Duty?
No,
or
I
something?
was watching a documentary on it. So
okay.
Yeah. That's
He's the educated one of the bunch, guys. Jonathan watches documentaries about.
I think people already understand that. I think that's really come through from the first few minutes
about World War One. For me, it would have been something you just told me about 5 minutes ago, which is apparently there's a garbage truck that goes around your area that's pink and that's crewed by attractive women. What are they wearing?
This makes me sound like I've got real mental problems.
It sounds like you're making this shit up.
I did not make this up. And this so the reason I didn't know that's where you were going.
I didn't know where I was going either.
Oh, okay, all right.
It was not prompt. I was literally just asking you. We should prepare better.
We should. But anyway, I haven't seen these ladies for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that is. It might just be
them avoiding your creepy stare.
Maybe, yeah. I was just minding my own business. I wasn't like gawking on them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was just,
What were they
But yeah.
wearing?
Oh, I can't remember now, but I'm sure either their outfits or the bin wagon itself. What do you call bin wagons?
Garbage truck.
Garbage trucks. Very American.
Okay.
What was I saying? Yeah, either their uniforms or the bin wagon or garbage truck, if you prefer, was pink.
Wait, you can't remember if the entire truck was pink or not?
I live in Japan. You don't notice things like that anymore.
You need some ginkgo biloba for all your memory problems.
That's not true.
It's one of the things, I don't know whether it works or not, but it's a thing people
That's
take
a thing
for
people
that,
take.
for memory.
People take all kinds of stuff. Doesn't mean it does anything. What is it?
That is true.
People
but
take rhinoceros horn powder for.
I feel like we're talking
dysfunction.
about two totally different things.
Are we?
Yeah, I feel like the gap between rhino horn, where you're killing a whole animal, a species has been endangered, over ginkgo, which just makes everywhere smell like shit. I feel like there's a gap.
those berries are a bit stinky.
There's
it's
a
not
gap.
that bad. It's not as bad as people say.
Have you ever
Yeah.
No, and not have you ever smelled it, but have you ever been in a city where like there's a main street that's lined with them?
Yeah, mine.
Oh,
Well,
and it's not that bad for you?
Well, it doesn't smell nice, but it's not. I'd prefer to step in some ginkgo berries and actual dog shit, though.
Why are you making these wild connections? Like, how do we move from ginkgo berries to dog shit?
That's what you just said. It smells like shit.
It smells like shit, yes, but that doesn't really mean, you can give me food, I can be like, it smells like shit, but this is delicious. It doesn't mean that I eat dog shit.
Alright, sorry, no, there's a bit of a disconnect here then. Not because, like, the Japanese people that I know always tell me don't step on those because they'll smell like you stepped in shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think shit as in something that's shit. I'm thinking of actual shit.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's good to know that you're thinking of actual shit. But once again, I feel like the comparison is unnecessary because just because I told you don't step in that, it doesn't mean if I say, oh, well, if you have to choose between stepping in this and stepping in shit, you should probably step in the shit.
I know, but my point was the ginkgo berries do not smell as bad as shit, even though people generally compare it to standing in shit. Yeah. Maybe you don't, but that's what I'm used to, so that's where I was going with that.
Okay, sir.
Alright, so now that we've cleared that up.
Now that we've cleared that up, what are you doing about your back though? Let's get into your health and your well-being and how you taking care of you.
It's alright. I don't need to do it. It's fine now.
So you couldn't walk for no reason. You just discovered you couldn't move.
I could walk. I was just in excruciating pain. That's all.
And it's just fine now. Like you just
okay,
chill.
Yeah. It just started feeling better last night.
And you're not concerned about this happening again at any point. You're just gonna just roll with it.
It's happened a few times through my life, and it's been alright. I'm still here. I'm sure it's okay. It's fine. Everyone puts the bag out every now and again. No. This is not true. Everyone does not put their back out.
Okay. If you've to the non-existent listeners, if you put your back out, please comment below and hashtag me too, and that way people will think it's like a really dramatic podcast and we'll get more listeners.
Yeah. Everything he said. Really?
When you play this back in your mind, you're gonna not agree with what I said, but that's okay.
Okay. I feel like people saying that they put their bag out it's a everyday occurrence.
Yeah, because there's old people everywhere every day.
Again.
Because there's old people, or people lifting things. Not, I was sitting doing nothing and I put my back out.
Yeah,
that's a different problem.
That was the weird thing. I don't know why I put it out.
And I feel like you should check that shit. That's my point.
I was probably just leaning the wrong way for too long. It doesn't have to be necessarily a sudden movement, does it? It could just be like, you could be straining your back by... What? Don't look at me like I'm a crazy person. For the attractive bin ladies, fair enough, but not for this. All right, this is a perfectly reasonable thing to say.
I can't.
And those bin ladies were real as well. I
didn't say you made them up, and I feel like the lady doth protest too much. I'm starting to feel like you made it up.
I'm having a moment of self-doubt now because I'm wondering maybe I was hallucinating on 3 separate occasions.
You possibly are.
Every one of them was a Thursday though, so. That's an indication.
Maybe you should stop drinking on Wednesdays. I don't know.
Anyway.
So I had my own medical scare, I guess. Is it a medical scare if you do it to yourself? So I got my leg over as well, Yemi, for the first time in oh God knows how long. But I was kind of drunk.
Hallelujah.
And somehow in the festivities, I guess I slapped myself or I was kicked in or slapped or something in the face. But either way, my septum piercing came out of my nose and I didn't know because I was busy doing other things.
Wait a minute. Did you slap yourself in the face?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. That could have been one of the things that happened.
You were drunk?
I was in the process of getting my leg over. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't by myself.
Try not to. Just be careful when you drink it. That's all I'm gonna say.
So anyway, I was getting my leg. Oh, I just had a flashback to a moment. Yeah, where were we? Oh, I started thinking about where it could happen, where I may have knocked it out, and then I started thinking about other things that happened, and then a whole thing with someone almost getting choked out. Anyway, let's keep it rolling, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this time for a disclaimer?
What? Oh, no one's dead. No one's dead. Sorry. Okay, disclaimer time. No one's dead. No one's dead. All choking was consensual.
Try to be responsible when you're trying to get your leg over, and or drinking at the same time, and don't choke people.
No, whoa, fuck that. No one is saying don't choke people. Choke people. But you gotta pay. Listen.
I think we should say don't choke people.
You've got to choke people.
Yes. You don't. What are you, Homer Simpson? You don't have to choke people.
I mean, like, while it's not like an angry thing. I mean, while getting your leg over, you've got to choke people. You don't choke. Your hands don't find throats like automatically mid coitus.
I don't think I'm comfortable with this conversation. No. I do know. Is this? I think we've talked about this before. We talked about Romans and geese before, haven't we?
Oh, yes, we did talk about that before. And let's not. I don't think we need to. You know what? Tell the story, Jonathan. Tell the story.
I like to bring a bit of history into the conversation, especially if it's just about.
You're not gonna hear me while he tells this story because I'm gonna rock back and roll my eyes while he tells it. Go, talk about it. Talk about it.
I'll do it. Well, all right. I'll talk about it. So apparently, the Romans, when they were having their orgies that they were often wanted to do, would sodomize a goose or two, and at the critical moment they would break the neck of the goose, and apparently it would make the cloaca tighten. Is that why you choke people when you get your leg over?
That is not my aim, and I'd like to clarify, I am not a goose murderer, I'm not a woman murderer, I'm not a murderer of any type. I'm not choking anyone for my pleasure. I'm choking them for their pleasure.
Are you sure about that?
I am 100% sure about it. It's listen, if people ask for encore performances, trust me. But I've been doing a tad bit of exercising lately. And it's possible that I've gotten a little stronger than the last time because I've been on a bit of a dry spell. It's possible I got a little stronger and I was unaware.
Are you saying you nearly choked someone to death?
Whoa, sir, I can't clap because of sir. I did not get smacked in the face. I don't know when the ring fell out. My whole point is.
Are you sure you want this
There was a point. What? Ain't nobody complaining. Trust me, no one is complaining. The point is, there was a point in the whole thing where, like, I saw the face, and I was like, oh, I may be squeezing too hard.
Oh,
but
dear. Are you sure?
After seeing that face, I'm like, oh, I get why people squeeze too hard. You know what? You know what I'm saying here?
All right, we've definitely crossed the line here. So.
I wish you could. I wish everyone could see the panic in Jonathan's face. Right, he is possibly the most politically correct white person I've ever met in my life. And the weird thing is, he's not like super liberal or annoyingly so. It's just crazy.
So, that's a fair point. I'm not. There's a lot of. I do think sometimes political correctness goes too far. But I think as a principle, I think it's a good idea. But yeah. I don't think that's
let's
an
move
issue
on.
of
We
political
can move on.
correctness.
We can move on from this, but I just recommend it. I recommend you try it once. It's the kind of thing like.
Oh, I get it. It's like what's it called? Michael Hutchins. That's not what it's called. It's
Asphyxiation.
yes, autoerotic asphyxiation.
Except it's not auto.
but it's like that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You're limiting airflow. Yes.
That's weird, man.
It's not. It's not. And if you think about the mechanics of like at least forward facing things, not missionary because that's boring, but if you think of the mechanics of forward facing things, it's like how does your hand not end up on the woman's neck if she's consenting? How does your hand not end up on the woman's neck?
It's like the minimal
it works.
disclaimer that you could possibly give there.
It's an important one.
I don't know, man.
Don't kink shame me, Jonathan.
Hey, no, it's all right. I'm not,
I just want a bigger bathroom. I just want a bigger bathtub so I can start doing golden showers. If I'm going to keep it a buck, if you're gonna go out a buck, if you're gonna keep it red, 100. I just want a bigger bathtub so I can start getting golden showers.
That's a sign of someone being real jaded there. If
I've never had one, but pee is so warm. Have you ever peed on yourself accidentally or just because you were in the ocean?
I used to drink, of course I have, many a time.
It's so warm, right?
Well, I'm not sure about that. It's cold when you wake up.
My whole thing is, I'm just saying that I feel like someone else peeing on you, it'd be like someone else like showering you with that warmth. I feel like it'll be alright. I feel it'll be like a fun experience, and I mightn't like it. I'll be real. I may not like it.
Hey, look, honestly, all right. I understand. Don't knock it until you've tried it.
Yeah,
but there are some things I don't want to try.
Okay,
I don't want to try coffee jelly.
Okay.
I never will.
Okay. But can I just say, don't put choking on that list? That's my whole thing. I'm like just like a light neck squeeze. This is the one I recommend. It's not a choke, but you put your hand around the person's neck. Pause. And you don't squeeze your entire, because you were gonna say something to cut you. You don't squeeze like your entire hand, but what you do is you press your thumb into the windpipe a little bit. That's it's a baby choke. It's a baby choke. Oh my goodness! You don't choke babies, people. When I say baby choke, I mean
I know what you meant.
Someone's gonna cut this audio and I'm gonna be arrested.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
He's choking babies.
It's gonna be great when it's edited together.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just lightly press your thumb and look for the reaction. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
Yeah. No coffee jelly.
You'd rather have coffee jelly?
No. It's just look. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. If it's two consenting adults and you both know what you're doing and you know, sure, fair enough, go for it.
That's what everyone's doing. That's all the rage these days.
I still think
there's no one not being choked and no one not choking.
You're like the only person. Are kinky bastards, anyway.
You're the only person out of the choking.
I'm the only person in the world not choking people. Okay.
Only person in the world.
Well, I often feel like I'm completely alone in this world anyway, so that doesn't bother me one bit. I'm quite happy with that.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. So anyway, the point of the story was, so I got my septum pierced 1 month and a week ago. Mm-hmm. And the other day I went running, and I guess while I was running, my nose was also running, budum-ching. And I kept wiping my nose, and I guess I would have skewed the retainer that's inside, because it stays up inside my nose, and until it heals. And and I got home.
Got another shiver there.
And I got home, and when I went to the bathroom, I kind of forgot I had the ring, and I pinched my nose, and I knocked the entire thing out.
Oh, but wait a minute.
Is your back going out again?
No, it's the pain.
About me? Oh, no, that's the whole thing. It didn't hurt.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't hurt. So I thought in my mind
like it would hurt a lot.
No, in my mind, because it felt. I was like, what was that? And I heard tinkling on the ground. So
tinkling.
The sound of the freaking metal falling. Okay. So I put it back in, and I was like, okay, this is healing really well because there was no pain for it to go back in. It found the hole really easily. Aha, bro, boom, ching.
Go on then.
So
You're still not allowed to say. You know.
oh yeah, I am
You're
not allowed to say that.
that.
Shit. So when that got knocked out, I didn't know and I didn't feel it. So I was sleeping and then I woke up and then I happened to put my finger in my nose. In my nose. The girl was already gone. And I realized there was no ring in there. I realized there was no retainer in there. I was like, oh shit, how long have I been sleeping? This piercing has been out the entire time. And tried to put it back in, and the hole started closing. Had closed up.
Wow.
And in a matter of hours. Exactly. And I was like, wait, did I just lose the money I spent on this? Because I don't have money like that to be wasting. And it was like a hypoallergenic ring. And you know, Japanese places that do things really properly, they charge money. They charge a large amount of money comparatively. But they do their shit properly. Like aftercare is usually free and all of that stuff. But I was like, no, I can't lose this money. So I'm trying to put the retainer back in, and the retainer is shaped like a U.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not like a ring. It's not circular. It's just like a U. So you push it in, and then you turn it a little, and then I flip it up inside my nose, so no one ever sees it.
Right. Yeah.
But the end of it is just not going into the hole. And I shine a light up and I'm like, oh, this thing looks closed. I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And I keep pushing on it, and then like there's a little bit of blood or whatever.
Oh, and this isn't hurting.
It's I mean, you know, losing that money would have hurt more. I can tell you that. Okay. So it wasn't hurting that bad. And then I was about to give up, and I was like, nah, because I was like, I'm gonna call the place and go in, but it was raining and I really didn't want to leave the house. So then I was like, oh, maybe the hole's there. It's just shrunk. Because I was reading, I went to the internet, of course, Google Sama, Google Sensei, and I read that, you know, the hole shrinks, the fistula, that's what you call the tube that you make. It shrinks. So I got a hairpin, and I dipped it in some alcohol, and I tried to find the hole, and I felt it like go into a groove. I was like, oh, okay. I tried to put the piercing in again, didn't go in. Then I was like, oh, I need to make the hole a hole again all the way through, because it turned out one side was blocked. So I had to take the hairpin and force it through the other end, because it went into one side of the hole, but I had to force it through. Then I got it in. I had a sinus headache the entire day though.
I wonder why.
Because of where it is. Were you being sarcastic when you said I wonder why?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
No, I thought you didn't understand like why it was a sinus headache.
Oh. Yeah, that's grim. I feel like I have to go and have a shower. so many dark.
I feel like everyone I'm telling this story, I feel like everyone I tell that story to, they're in more pain than I experienced doing it. My sister was watching a medical show. I was on the phone with my sister, and she was watching surgery on TV while I was telling her that, and she was wincing very, very vocally.
And I've still got like a background of what you said about that lady's face as well, and it's just all. It's all
melding together.
Darkness.
No, that lady's face was light. That was pure light.
Oh,
I'm sure if I didn't stop, she would have seen the light and gone into it. But we stopped, and that's important.
Good, excellent. Do you know what?
What?
I've just realised you didn't explain to the listeners why there's been such a gap between episodes.
Oh, well, to anyone who may have been who's following us, I'd like to apologize. Our equipment, there was an equipment malfunction, and we lost an entire recording. Actually, what did we talk about last time?
Oh, it was absolute gold.
It was
whatever
the best,
it was.
It was the best show that would have made us have all the listeners.
Exactly. We'll never ever be able to repeat that again.
That's unfortunate. But we're back. We've done some improvements to the equipment. Namely, we've taken off the display sleep function of the laptop. And we're better than ever, and it's not going to happen again. That's the important thing.
Yeah. But you know, it's okay.
It's okay?
Not really. It's like when you tell a really good joke, and the only person that's with you is the person that doesn't get it.
Oh, you mean like all the time when you're talking to me? When you mention all these old UK bands that I'm like, who are these people? I don't listen to this music and I wasn't born then.
Well, that's the same as me. I have no idea who you're talking about when you talk about. You just told me about two fellas who got divorced or something earlier.
Cardi B and Offset are not two fellas. That's the first thing. Cardi B is a woman. Okay. Offset is a man. And Offset is one of the Migos.
The who?
The Migos.
The three Amigos.
It's three of them. Yes, you're correct. But they cut exactly. So Drake is on tour with them, and that's the name of their tour. Drake and the Three Amigos.
Drake,
who is also a rapper.
Sounds like someone out of Harry Potter. That I don't know why I've never seen Harry Potter, but
well, his real name is Aubrey.
Oh, I like
Does that help?
That's fancy. That
It's very feminine.
Feminine, is
it? Yeah. Aubrey's a pretty...
It sounds old-fashioned. Doesn't sound... Well, it doesn't sound...
I feel like most unisex names are more like...
Doesn't sound like...
You can't do a gesture on a podcast.
It doesn't carry on podcast. It doesn't sound very...
manly?
Manly? Is that the word I want?
Masculine? Macho? Macho,
yeah.
Macho, yeah.
But it sounds quite sophisticated.
I guess. So yeah, he is on tour with the Migos, which is a group of three guys, right. One of who is Offset, who is or was married to Cardi B, because I don't know whether or not it's like a hoax or a real thing.
Does he stand a little bit to the side of the other ones?
What? Oh, because he's Offset? You're a fucking idiot. Listen, that is the end of today's show. That is the end of today's show. That is the worst joke you have ever made. Just to clarify, for anyone who didn't pick up, he just asked me if Offset stands a little bit to the left of the rest of the group. Ladies and gentlemen.
It sounds funnier when you say it. It's just getting better and better every time.
It does not. This has been a commonwealth of opinions. One of us, not me, has a prior engagement. So today's recording is a little bit shorter than the other ones you've done. Thank you for joining us. If you like, please, what do you do on SoundCloud? Follow people? Yeah. Please follow us. We've got some other recordings. Listen to the other stuff. And if you can drop a comment or give us some suggestions on how we can make this better or less weird. Oh, it's not going to be less weird. Maybe just better.
Trying to keep it down to 3 pages if you can.
Jonathan, anything to say to the people before we leave?
Nothing at all. Just be careful, watch your backs, and especially if you're choking people.
Yeah, and get a safe word. Well, actually, no, you can't talk. Well, get like a tap rhythm, like 1, 2, 1.
Or just
don't
fuck out their face and knock their piercings out if you want. Whatever works.
Are we doing this to the person we're choking, or to stop the person who's choking us? Because that sounds really aggressive. It sounds like you're suggesting that we choke over and then smash them in the face.
That's about the safe word. It's the safe. It's the person it's the chokee who needs the safe word, isn't it? That's what I was thinking of that person. Yeah.
Okay, and on that note, we'll leave you guys. Stay safe.